pretty quick here. So, all right, so if you're watching the recorded version, thank you so much for joining me. I'm Tina Carini with SpongeandStamp.com, and today is going to be a very special class. I am doing 4 projects today, 3 cards and a 3D project that is super, super cute. And with a purchase of $25 or more using this house code right here, I will send you the make and takes for the projects that we're making today for free. Postage, I will cover the postage on it. So you can use any stamp sets that you have if you don't have the ones that I'm using, or you could purchase that towards your $25 or more purchase. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and get started here. Let's see, I guess what I'll do is I'll start with this project. So this is the first card that we're going to be making. So isn't that super, super cute? I love the colors. They're so bright and cheery. And then I have everything for that right here. So we're going to be using the Daisy Delight stamp set along with the punch, the Daisy Punch. So that's what we're going to be using for this card. So let me move this out of the way. And we're going to use the little tiny 1/2-inch circle punch and inks. Let's see. I've got Melon Mambo, Pear Pizzazz, and Gorgeous Grape inks. And you guys probably just got a sneak peek at one of the other cards. So let me go ahead and put these over here. I'm going to put this card aside so that we can get started. So I've got a piece of Gorgeous Grape that is my card base, and it is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I always forget that. I do not know why, but I do. All right, so we've got that. We're going to move that to the side. We don't need that. And then I have a piece of Melon Mambo that is, I believe this is 3 by 5. I'm pretty sure. And then we have our little scraps. So this is to punch out our daisy. This is for our leaves. This is for our sentiment. We don't need that piece. And this is our piece of Whisper white cardstock that we're going to do some stamping on and layering with. Okay, so I'm going to move these aside. So we're going to go ahead and start with this one. And we're going to use this little image right here, which is this one, this little daisy. We're going to use that. I'm going to block that up. And we're going to use Melon Mambo. And I'm going to go full strength and just randomly stamp this down. That is all we're going to do. There's no rhyme or rhythm to this whatsoever. So just going to, I think I did some upside down and just go around. About like that. So that's pretty good. I am okay with that. So we're done with the Melon Mambo ink. So now I'm going to put this aside and we're going to bring in our little Whisper White and our little sentiment piece right here and our leaf one. And what we're going to do is we are going to stamp the happy birthday. Oh boy, I'm not quite sure what I did with that one. I gotta go find that one. That's the only one I didn't bring over here. Shoot, or did I put it in here? I might have put it back in here. The happy birthday I did. I'm using from Timeless Tulips because I'm using a little bit of different sentiments from different stamp sets, but like I said, you can use any sentiments that you want to and that you have. So I'm choosing to use happy birthday. I was going to do Easter, but I just decided to do the birthday one. Okay, so I am going to block that up. I'm going to pull in my Pear Pizzazz I almost said pear pizzazz. Okay, so I am just going to line this up. Hopefully I can stamp this straight. Yeah, it's okay. And then we're going to come in with the little 3 daisies, little mini daisies. And I'm going to ink that up in Pear Pizzazz as well and kind of center this just like that. And then we're done with that. And then we're going to bring in our leaves. And I'm actually just using the outline one. And I'm going to stamp 2 of those. And I meant to fussy cut these ahead of time so that you guys didn't have to watch, but these are pretty easy to fussy cut. They're not very hard. This won't take long at all to do this. So I'm shaking a little bit today because I think I had way too much coffee and I haven't really eaten today. I just haven't been hungry. Okay, so here we go. Do this one. I sure wish I would have remembered to cut these out ahead of time because we have 4 projects and I really need them to go quickly, but it is okay. So we got that one. And then we're going to do this one. So I'm also going to cut these off just a little bit here. Well, if I can get that lined up right. Cut that one off. There we go. Clear that off. So then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to stamp the background on this piece of Whisper White, which we are going to use this little thing right here, this part right here, which is actually the 2-step stamp to this little thing. It just kind of lines up on here if you were using it for that, and it's so super cute, but we're just using it just for by itself, and I think that it's really cute, so that's what we're going to do. But I am stamping this off because I did not want it full strength. I just wanted a little bit of light color. Oops. I'm kind of going quickly and just give it a little bit of, here we go. Okay, so there we go. So that is all ready. Actually, I think I want to come a little bit over here a little bit too. There we go. All right, so now this part's done. The leaves are done. Now we just need to punch our daisy. So I'm taking, hey Lynette, taking our little punch. That's going to go there. The leaves are going to go in here, like so. Whoops, turn that around. Just like so. And I need a green circle. And I forgot to punch that. Shoot. Okay, hold on one second. All right. I threw away the scraps, forgetting that I needed my little 1/2-inch circle. There we go. And then we're going to glue that to our daisy. I'm glad you made it, Lynette. Okay, so that's going to go right on there like that. And I did forget to stamp that though. So we're going to do that real quick. Hope and pray that I can line that up the right way. We're going to try and see. So we're going to use the Pear Pizzazz. I'm going to go full strength and just line that right there. Not so bad. It could have been a little straighter, but it's okay. All right, so that is going to go here. We're going to pop that up with a dimensional. I'm going to use one of the large dimensionals right on the back of that. We're going to center that on there. About like that, I think, just like that. Then we're going to put a little glue on the back of the little leaves. And let's see here. One is going to go right here. And then the other one is going to go down on the bottom part. Like right here. Like so. Just like that. So we've got our leaves. There's that part's done. So let's bring in our card base. And then we're going to glue down our Melon Mambo. Yep, it was 5 by 3. Alright, so I'm going to glue this down over to the right side. About there. Just like that. Then we're going to glue this down. This piece right here is 2 7/8 by 3 7/8. I know the purple is gorgeous grape. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. And then this is going to go right over here, just like so. Hopefully I got that straight. Just like that. And then our sentiment is going to come down here. So we are going to put some glue on that. And I'm going to put this one. Well, I hate to cover my flowers, but that's all right. We'll just do that. Just like so. Okay, so we have one more thing that we're going to do to this. I just have to remember which container I put the pearls on. So we're going to use our pearls, and I'm using the little tiny ones. I need my my putty end, because I love using that because it just works so much better for me. And we're going to put a little tiny pearl in the center of the little tiny daisies. So if you purchase the $25 or more, I will also email you the PDF file, instructions with the pictures of the card for you too, and I will email that to you when I send the packages off. Okay, so there we go. There's the first card. It's also going to come with, oh, so cute. Okay, it's going to come with the envelopes as well. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. And I think I'll do this one, because this one is a little bit more to it. So this one, isn't that so sweet? We are going to be using, this is Pear Pizzazz. We're using this as the card base. It's 8.5 by 5.5, or 8 by 5. I never can remember that. I do not know why. Anyway, I believe it's 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. Okay, so yes, 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. We have that, and then we have a piece of the Grapefruit Grove, or not Grapefruit Grove, Gorgeous Grape that we're going to use. Our framelits. These dies that are from the Stitch So Sweetly dies, and we're going to use these. So what we're going to do is we're going to line this up in here the best that we can, as straight as we can, like so. Let me bring in my magnetic board here, cut form board. There we go. Okay, so we're just going to place those in there and just kind of center this the best that you can. When I would use some washi tape or some kind of tape that isn't permanent tape, and just tape that down, just kind of hold it in place so it doesn't move on you. And then when you run it through, you're going to get this right here. So this is what we're going to be using, and then you want to save your negative because you can use that on another project, which we're going to use. So that's how I did that. So let me move that aside. Let me move this away. And let's put this over here. We're going to bring in our card base. So we're going to bring in our little dotty dot thing here again, and we're going to do that. I'm just inking that. Ooh, I got some ink on that. Shoot. Okay, I'll clean that up later. And all I'm going to do is just run this right along the side of our card base. Just like so. That is all we're doing. Just kind of like putting a frame around it. So it's really simple. And I think that it just adds a little something something. That's all. So just like that. Isn't that cute? I think I want just another little dot right there. Okay. So there we go. We have that. And then I have a piece of Melon Mambo to punch out our daisy. And then I have our piece of Whisper White here, and I did not write the size down on this. This is, I just cut it large enough to go right behind this, go behind our little frame. So it will just line up perfectly up underneath there. So you can pop it up so that it looks more like it's like 3D a little bit more, which I think I'm going to do on this one. I think. Okay, so let me get, I am going to use, I think I'm just going to cut some strips off of here. Just like this. On this one, I just glued it flat down, but on this one, I'm going to pop it up a little bit. So then I'm just going to cut a couple pieces here. Remove the backing, and we'll put a piece right here. Hopefully this will work like I've got it envisioned in my head. Sometimes it doesn't. Okay, put this one right across here. Hope that you guys are doing okay and not going too stir crazy with all the social distancing. And I know most of people that I know are staying inside and not going anywhere unless they absolutely have to, and that is what we are doing as well. I did have to go out in town yesterday to kind of go on a food hunt, but I was successful, so everything that I needed, I was able to get. The only thing I couldn't get was toilet paper, of course, but I have some, so I'm okay. And then the other thing was I really wanted to get some ground beef, but I couldn't find that anywhere. So we're just not going to have anything that has some ground beef in it. I do have a little bit, but I wanted to get more because you can just do so much with that. And but I got plenty of chicken. Okay, so there we go. So I just put some strips Very easy to do. And then I'm just going to peel the backs off of these. And then this is going to be the tricky part here, is to line this up perfectly, or as perfectly as you can get it. So I may stick my head in the camera, and if I do, I apologize ahead of time. All right, there we go. So that is going to go here. But you know what I did forget to do? And I forgot to do it when I did this too. So my sentiment is stamped a little crooked on that one, because if you mess it up, you don't want to lose all of this other stuff that you have. Oh, that's not on there right. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try to trim this up just a little bit, just so that you don't see it. I didn't get it on there quite right. There, that's better. Okay, so I'm going to use Your Friendship is a Blessing, and this is from the So Sentimental stamp set. So we're using the So Sweetly Stitch So Sweetly dies, and you can purchase this in a bundle, which I do highly recommend if you don't have it already, because there is so much that you can do with this. I use it a lot because I really, really do love it. It is really cool to use. So I am going to stamp on here using Pear Pizzazz. Okay, and I'm going to put it off over here, just towards the top, but over to the right. Well, kind of centered, I guess, but hopefully I've stamped that straight. Ah, it's crooked. Oh well, it will be okay, because I am not redoing that. But that is a good example on why you want to stamp it before you do all your gluing down. So, oh well, it will be all right. And then we're going to take our Melon Mambo, and I'm punching. Oh, I punched that out crooked. That's okay, because we don't need it all. So I'm cutting this in half, like so, and then I'm going to come down and just kind of cut that off anyway. So we're not even going to be using that. Just like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing to this side. Just like that. Okay, and then I need to punch another circle from Pear Pizzazz. Hey, Chris! And I'm going to cut this in half. Just like so. Okay. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to put a little glue on here. And I'm going to layer these, but I'm going to offset it. So it will be like that. Just like that. And then I'm going to take a half of the circle and I'm going to glue that down to our little flower, just like that. Okay. Just like that. All right, so now we are going to take a couple of these. These are actually from a past paper pumpkin that I have left, and I am going to use them on these projects because I think they're really pretty. So they don't have to be colored. You can just do them just like they are, but I thought they were pretty colored. So I'm going to color them. I'm using Dark Lovely lipstick because I think it looks like Melon Mambo. I want the brush tip. And we're just going to color those. Because I'm using the alcohol-based markers, you can color on your embellishments and it stays, it dries on there. So we're just going to do 3 of them. Just like that. Okay. All right. And these we're going to put aside because we don't need those. I'm going to put those back in here or they'll be all over the place. Okay. There we go. All right. So now we are ready to assemble our card, I believe. All right. So we're going to bring back in our card base. We're going to bring back in our little frame. I'm going to pop, you know what? No, I'm not going to pop that up. I'm going to lay that flat. Okay. And we are just going to try to center that the best that we can with my crooked sentiment on there. All right. And then we're going to put our little flower right there in the corner. You can pop this up too if you'd like, but I'm just going to lay it down there just flat like that. And then we're going to glue these on here. I'm going to take my mini glue dots. You know what? I need my other one because I really miss my putty. I keep forgetting to get a refill for it. So we're just going to lay those on the glue dots. Just like that. And then we will pick those up. And then we're just going to place those right on there, just like that. So there you go. So there is card number 2. All right, just like so. So super cute and see, so easy. Okay, so now card number 3 is this one right here. So what we're doing with that one, let me move some of this stuff away. You don't need that. Okay. So we're using Melon Mambo as the card base. It's 8.5 by 5.5 scored at 4 1/4. And let's see. We have a piece of Whisper White that is 5.5 by 2.5, I think it is. And then we have, this is the negative from when we just cut out for the frame. This is that center part that pops up. So we're going to be using that. And then I have a piece of Whisper White that's going to layer, and that's 2 by 3 1/8 of an inch. That's going to layer right on there. And then we have some of this thick, it's kind of like thick linen thread almost. So I think, I'm not quite sure if this was from a paper pumpkin or whatever, but we're going to use that too. And then I have some Melon Mambo to punch out a little butterfly with. And I think that's it. Okay, so we are going to move the purple layer aside, the Gorgeous Grape, our card base. We're going to go ahead and fold that. Put that aside. And then we are going to bring in our 2 pieces that we're going to be stamping on. So we're going to bring back in this little daisy here. And we are going to ink that up. We're going to be using Melon Mambo and Gorgeous Grape. And also Pear Pizzazz for the leaves. But this time what we're doing is we're going to 2 stamp this. So I'm just going to clean this off. We're going to let's use Melon Mambo first. And we're going to ink up the little flower. And then I just got ink from my fingers. Oh, we're just going to kind of like randomly go around this, if I can remember how I did it. Let me do this like this. So, whoops, we have that. And then I think I'm gonna, I think that is probably gonna be okay. All right, so I'm gonna clean this off, and then we're gonna bring in the Gorgeous Grape. And we are going to do the same thing with this. We are just going to, hopefully this is going to turn out right. All right, I am going to do right there. And I think, let me see here. This is going to go right across here, like so. I think I'm going to go ahead and put another one right here, just because. All right, so now I'm going to clean this off. And it's always going to look different every time you do it, because you're not going to get it exactly in the same spot every time, and that is okay. It's nothing wrong with that. Okay, now I need, here it is, right here. I need this piece right here. This is your solid image, and that is what we're going to fill in the center of the flower with. So I am going to come in with our Melon Mambo, but I'm going to stamp off. And then I'm just going to line this up, and excuse me if I get my head in here to just kind of sort of see. So I'm probably not going to have it completely lined up because I can't see right on top of it, but that is okay. It gives you guys an idea, is what I always say. This is just an inspiration, and that is it. Okay, so there we go. It's really not on there straight, but it's all right. Thanks, you guys. Okay, so now I cleaned that off, and I'm going to come in with my Gorgeous Grape. I'm going to do the same thing, stamp it off, and then I'm going to try to line that up. And it's okay if it's not. It's kind of like a watercolor, really and truthfully. So if it does go out of the lines, it's okay, it works. All right, just like that, and then we're going to do this. So there's our flowers. So now we want to come in with our leaves. This time I am going to use the solid part of the leaf too. I'm going to close these up. You know what, why I have this out? No, I'll wait. Okay, so let's close that. Close this, bring in our Pear Pizzazz, and we're going to ink this up full strength. And then we're just going to kind of randomly go through here with this leaf as well. Just like that. Let's get another piece right here. So there we go. Oops, somehow or another I got some pink on that leaf. All right, so I closed that up, but we need it still. So now I know I just had it. There it is. So here's the solid part of the leaf, and we're going to ink that up, and then we're going to stamp that off, and we're going to line that up in a leaf and fill it in. Fill it in. Just like that. Like so. Like so. So, I keep stamping it off into the Melon Mambo and it's transferring, but that is all right. I tried to close that up again, and I still need it, because now we're going to bring in our little dots, and we're going to do that one full strength. So we're just going to dot it in between your little flowers and leaves. Just like that. There we go. All right, so that was pretty simple. Uh-oh, did we freeze? I hope we didn't, you guys. Looks like we might have. Okay, so now I need our little piece here, and I need our not happy birthday, but the thank you. So we're going to use the thank you from the Daisy Delight. And we're going to ink that up in Gorgeous Grape. And I need this bigger block here, just like so. I always try to block them up like at an angle like that, because it helps me to stamp straighter. I still don't always, but it helps. Alright, so we're going to ink that up in Gorgeous Grape. And then we're going to try to stamp this in the center as straight as we can. And I know I stamped crooked. Not too bad. Okay, there we go. All right. We're going to bring in our little scalloped layer from the Stitch So Sweetly dies. And we are going to adhere that down, centering it in here. Just like that. Okay. All right, so we are ready to assemble. Oh, we still need to punch our little butterfly. So I am using the butterfly punch, and I'm just punching the little tiny butterfly right there. So we have that. And let's go ahead and tie our bow. This is probably longer than I need it to be, but it will be all right. So I'm just tying a bow. Whoops, let's try that again. Hey Jenny, Jenny's on here? Okay. And then we're gonna go on like so. All right. My stomach is making all kinds of noises and I don't know why. I'm not hungry. I guess maybe I am hungrier than I thought. I don't feel hungry. Okay, so I'm going to clip off this extra piece here. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my bone folder and I'm just going to kind of curl this a little bit. There we go. All right, so we have that. Now let's assemble it. So we are going to put this right over to the left side, just like so. So we're going to put that down. Glue that. Just like that. Right about there. Okay. And then we're going to pop this up using dimensionals. Just like that. And take these off. All right, and then we're going to just put that right, oh look, it just covers that up, okay. Right about about there, just like so, okay? Just like that. I think it's, well, we got that a little bit crooked. No. I shouldn't have pushed that down until, we'll just leave it. It's not that bad. Okay, so now we're going to take this and see, not everything goes perfectly all the time. We're going to put our little flower right there, or not our flower, but our little bow right there. And then we are going to put a little glue dot on our butterfly. And put our butterfly right there, just like so. So there you guys go. There's the third card, right? That's number 3. Yep, number 3. Okay. Wow. Okay, so here is our final and our last project, and this is going to be a 3D project. And wait till you guys see it, because I think it is absolutely adorbs. Okay, so move the stuff out of the way. And we're going to need this one. Oh, I know we're going to need that one. Okay, so you guys ready? Here we go. There we go. Isn't that cute? I had to do something Eastery. Okay, so the only thing is that instead of using the Flirty Flamingo, I really wasn't sure I liked that. And since I was using Melon Mambo on the other cards, we're going to do the little flower in Melon Mambo. So what I have here is a strip of Gorgeous Grape. It is 2 inches by 8 inches. And I'm pretty sure I scored it at 3.5 and 4.5. Okay, let's make sure here. So I'm bringing in my Simply Scored. Bring that in, and it's up here, scored long ways. Yep, 3.5 and 4.5. Okay, so now we're going to bring in our scallop top punch. We're going to slide that right in there. Actually, I'm going to flip that over. Punch that, make sure that it's pushed all the way to the top, to the back, to the top up here, and then just punch that out. So that gives you the scallop top, and then we're going to fold on those creases, on the score lines. My bone folder. Just like that. Okay, so now I have a piece of Pear Pizzazz. I'm pretty sure this is like a 1/2 inch by 2 inches. I think I might have cut this one just a little bit longer, thinking we could just trim it off. But before we do that, we've got to make our hole. So I've used a die from the Stitched Shaped dies. And this is the oval. I think this is the second to the smallest one. And we are going to run that through the Big Shot. I did not go ahead and do that. So let me do this real quick. So we've got our Big Shot. Sorry, you guys, it's going to get a little loud. And we're just going to center this on here, but I'm going more towards the bottom, really, but centered from the sides. Right about there, I think, is about where I want it. Maybe over just a little bit more, like so. So then we're going to put our cutting plate on there. Run that through. Okay. And there we go. So now we have our little center. Save this because you can use that on another project. Move this out of the way. And now we are ready to assemble. Oh, wow, I hit my phone. Okay. So when you work in a tight spot, that's what happens. All right, so we are going to go ahead, and all I did to create this was I took a pair of paper snips and I just cut it, is all I did. Made a fringe on it, and then we're just going to rough it up so that it kind of makes like grass like looking stuff. Okay, and then that's just going to put down here like so. All right, so I'm going to glue that down. All right. Okay, all the way to the bottom. Just like that. I'm going to scoot that over a little bit. Scoots it. Okay, just like so. Well, it slid on me. There we go. And then I'm going to trim off this little bit of extra right here. Just like that. Okay, so there's our little grass. Okay, and then we've got a piece of Whisper White that's just large enough to cut a daisy, but really and truthfully, you don't even need the full daisy, honestly. So I'm not even going to cut the full daisy, because all you're going to do is take 2 of the petals and just come around like so. And then that is going to come right like there. Just like that. Just like that. Okay? So, but before we do that, we need to color the inside of the ears. So, I thought, here it is. I'm just using the dark petal pink. And I am just going to color in little ovals, kind of, sorta, in the center of the ears. Just like so. So there is the center of our ears. And then let's go ahead and glue that guy on here. Or girl. Alright, and it is going to go right like that. Just like so. Now we just need a piece of, we'll use this, and this is going to stamp this on Melon Mambo with Melon Mambo, using this little daisy that we've been using. Just stamp that right on there, and then you just fussy cut that out, which I've already done. So right here, and then you just need to take a piece of Pear Pizzazz and cut you a little stem. Just like so, and we're going to glue that to this side over here. Whoops. Just like that. Okay, and then we're going to glue that right on our stem, just like that. Okay, so there's our flower, and if you wanted to, you could take your cardstock and you could cut you out a couple little leaves. I mean, leaves aren't the best leaves in the whole wide world, but you could do that. So they could go right up underneath here, like so. Just like that. And then another one right over here. Just like that. So you could have the leaves. We'll go ahead and glue those on there. Okay. So, take some glue. Working with little pieces with my fingers sometimes is a little difficult. Okay, so we got that one there. And then we're going to put this one. I think we'll use this side here. Just like so. You want to win these. Okay, there we go. I got a little extra glue in there, but that is okay. It'll be all right. All right, so now I'm going to fluff up this grass. There we go. So now the next thing we're going to do is I have these, I don't remember how long these are, and we don't actually sell them anymore, but you can still buy them in the stores. They're the little cellophane little bags, and you can get them in the decorating candy food aisle, and they're 2 inches by, I don't know, but I cut off because we only needed a little bit, so I cut the tops off. And then I'm going to open this up, and I've got these chocolate eggs. So we have these little eggs right here, and we're going to fill this up. Oops. It would help if I opened it up. Okay, we're going to fill that up with, well, it's really not that hard to fill a stinking little bag up, I tell you. All right, so we are going to put those right in there, just like so, just like that, just like so. Okay, so then we're going to fold this, the corners in like that. And then we're going to use some Scotch tape just to hold that down. I can get this to fold right and stay right. Okay, just like that. I know that tape is a little bit overkill, but it's okay. And then we're going to take some of our adhesive. You could use sticky strip if you want to make sure it doesn't go anywhere, but I'm just going to use a little bit of snail. That will work just fine. So I am just going to run a couple of lines in there like that, and that's going to go right like that. That's going to come up like that, just like that. And then we have a piece of this ribbon that I love so much, that I've used so much of too. This is the, what's it called? The Crinkled Seam Binding. It's a 1/4 inch. This is in Whisper White. I love this because it is so soft and it ties so easily. And you can color it with your markers if you'd like to. Actually, you can color it with anything. I've done where you stamp it too. You can stamp it so you kind of get like a tie-dye look. That's actually absolutely very pretty too. We're just going to tie that down, and we're going to tie a little bow. I hope I cut this piece long enough. I might not have. I hope so. I think it's raining. Okay, just like so. Pull this. I'm going to pull this around here. Uh-oh. Well, I don't think I cut this quite long enough. It's all right. We'll make it work. I promise you, I just told you how easy it was to tie these bows, but it really is easy. Okay. You just got to get your ribbon long enough. I try to make it go further, so I cut them a little short sometimes. Okay. So, there we go. What do you guys think? Oh, I hope you guys like that. So there we go. There's the difference right there. I don't know. Maybe I do like the Flirty Flamingo better, but anyway. Oh, you know what we can do too? You can spruce it up. It will not come in your kit, but if you have them, you can always use them. We are going to use one of these pearls, not that. I'm going to use the medium-sized pearl here. And we are going to put that right in the side, in the center. Just like so. I love it. Isn't it so cute? This makes the perfect little gift for anybody. You can just sit it down on some, well, right now you can't really do that, can you? But you can mail it, or your family that you still are able to see, like your grandkids and your nieces and your nephews. So, nice, sweet. Okay, you guys, so let's go back and review what we did. Let me go ahead and move these out of the way. Again, I will have the PDF files with the picture of the project ready to go to email you. So if you make the $25 purchase using this hostess code H3YF6HCO, you will get the make and takes to make all of these projects. So we have that, and we have this one, and we have this one. So there we go. There are the 3 cards and our project right here. There you go. So what do you guys think? Wasn't that fun? I did them pretty quick too, huh? In an hour we made all of them. Thanks. Thank you, you guys. Okay, so if you're watching the recorded version of this, thank you so much for joining me again. I'm Tina Carini at SpongeandStamp.com, and these are our make and takes for this live. So whether you watched it live or you're watching the recorded version, if you placed a $25 order before tax and shipping by Sunday, 12 o'clock midnight, and you use the hostage code H3YF6HCQ, I will send you the make and takes for these 4 projects, and I'll pay for the shipping, the stamps. So that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Oh, don't forget, I need help with the what's it called? The nursing home cards. There's a lot of people in the nursing homes, and I can only do so much. So I could really, really use help for you guys to drop off. So either send me or drop off your stack of cards, handmade cards, so that I can deliver them, because we don't want anybody to be left out, because these folks are lonely and they're isolated and they're not even allowed to see their family members. So sending them something that is bright and cheerful really could brighten their day and make an impact in their life. So if you guys are interested, please contact me and let me know. And also, I'm also running a special through until it ends on the 31st of March, and that's if you spend, what was it? I think if you spend $50 before tax and shipping, and you use the host code that is posted on my Facebook page. I did have a little posty note that had that host code on there. Okay, so that host code is WRV7HR43. It is posted on my Facebook page. If you use that host code and you spend $50 or more before tax and shipping, I will send you a mystery gift. It's going to be some type of an embellishments, but I will send you those. So, but you have to make sure that you do use the host code for that one. And then to get the make and takes, please, you have to use the host code for that too, so that I know who is going to get the make and takes. Hopefully that makes sense. If you guys have any questions on anything, please contact me. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe and enjoy the rest of your day. God bless you guys. I love you. Doodly-doo.